Good morning. Today what we are doing is this darling tea towel. Okay, this is my 1.5-inch prairie point, mini points. Okay, first of all, before I forget, because I will forget, we're having a Black Friday sale. It's starting the 28th of November through December 3rd. 20% off of everything but fabric. So everything, the kits, everything is 20% off but the fabric. Okay, what you're going to need for this obviously is a tea towel. Actually, what I'm making, the mini points and the bias tape will make 2 tea towels. So you need the 1.5-inch mini point ruler and pusher, 2 4 3/4 inch by width of fabric coordinating fabrics, which is down here, 1/2-inch bias tape maker, 1-inch fabric for the bias tape, and like I said, you have enough fabric for 2 tea towels. Okay, so first of all, what I did was, this is so it's quick and easy. You take 2 pieces of fabric right sides together. Let me move this over here so you can see better. You put your ruler on top, and you have to think what I want on top and what I want on the bottom. So I almost did it wrong, so that's why I'm remembering. So I wanted the little candy on the top, so I put that on the bottom, and the one you cut through, I put on the top. And if you make a mistake, you can fix it by just putting the cut edge on the outside, because you're going to cover it up anyways. Then you take your friction pen, you trace around your ruler, mark your endpoints, mark your centers, mark everything on this ruler, because I have a reason for everything on my ruler. Drop your stitch length to a 2, use your 1/4-inch foot, and then what you do is when you get down to your endpoints, which are your dots, you want to do 1 stitch across, otherwise your endpoints will not look like mine. And my grandmother was a fabulous seamstress, so she's the one who taught me how to sew. Okay, then you fold it in half, and what you do, you'll have, this is already going to be enclosed. When you get to the end on the opposite end, what you're going to do is, let me find the one that I'm doing. I put this 1 inch from the bottom up, and I sewed it across. So you can see, here's where I sewed it across. When you get to the other end, which will be a raw edge, you want to put it a 1/4 inch out, put the right sides together, sew it the 1/4 inch into the end where you want it to be, and then you put the right sides out again, and you will have it all enclosed. Okay, let me iron this because it'll drive me absolutely nuts. Oh, and I did my nails, you guys. I did them myself. I couldn't believe it. Beetles. Okay, so then what you want to do is make your bias tape. Bias tape with your 1/2 inch, and you cut it 1 inch. So I've already done that. So on the end, what I want to do is glue it. Let's see how, well, I might not be getting that one open. Yes, I can. Okay, I got it started at least. And then I'm just going to fold it down, and then I'm going to take my little stiletto, and I'm going to put it in so I don't have any raw edge showing on the outside. And then what I'm going to do is just iron it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it all the way across here, and I already put red thread in my sewing machine. Girls, I gotta start sleeping. I've been getting up. This morning was at 1:30 this morning. So, dog is whining because it wants to be downstairs with Lindsay. But I can't cut him. Yes, she does. So you just want to cover up your stitch line. Charlie is, they're both darling dogs. Oh my gosh, I am so blessed to have amazing little dogs. I love those wiener dogs so very, very much. If I would have gotten them first, I probably wouldn't have had any other kind of dog. They're amazing. Okay, what do I do with my scissors? I know I had some, oh, of course they're right in front of me. Girls, sometimes, don't you just wonder? I got organized and made this thing. Now I can't find anything because it's not hidden underneath stuff. Sounds pretty nutty, but it's true. Put it up just a little more. Get this all the way to the end. Can you believe it's already going to be Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh. Lindsay's kitchen is almost finished. So I'm going to put it about this much longer than it needs to be. I guess, oh my gosh. And then I'm going to fold it under once again. So there's no raw edge on the end. It's about there, I would say. I'm going to make sure that there's no raw edges hanging out. I need to put it in just a little further down. I think I'll cut a little more off. There we go. Then with this, put in a little more. So it's nice that you make two tea towels. This would be a cute, well, I'm way past having to make teacher gifts and all that. Neighbor gift, whatever. You want to make it for just for a friend. Okay, so I have my, I call it my, the wrong thing for my foot. It's stitch in a ditch foot. I call it my rudder foot. Oh, also you need Wonder Under too, because I use Wonder Under on this. Okay. Oh, are they howling? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it about 2 or 3. They just want to be downstairs with us. That's all. Can't blame them. So you sew on both sides, then I back stitched. They'll get to see Lindsay, so they'll be fine. They're just having a hard time because they're so used to being kind of spoiled. Also, what's really cool on this machine is you can have the laser light. And I did buy for my straight stitch machine upstairs a laser light. I haven't hooked it up yet, which I need to do. Yeah, Frankie's thinking if she's nuttier, she'll get to come down. You know what I mean? because usually she gets what she wants. Because she's kind of spoiled. I'm just doing the other side. Okay. Now we cut threads. And then I want to find my center. So I'm going to fold it in half. I haven't decided, okay, which ones do you like the best, Liz? Santa? I have to have a bigger one in the center.
Yeah, okay.
She doesn't care. That's a definite I don't give a crap look.
Is that a picture of your grandmother's barn? Behind you?
Nope, it is not. But hers was red. We had a red barn, she had a red barn. She was a funny lady. And then I'm going to see, now I'm going to do it in quarters, or in thirds, excuse me, I should say thirds. Because I want to see where the third is. And I'm probably going to move it over, but I want to have some sensibility of it. Because, and you don't have to be this neurotic. Trust me, girls, I just tend to have OCD just a titch. Well, more than a titch. But I've gotten better in my old age, so it's a good thing. Grandma, she even had a pretty chicken house, actually. She was pretty picky. Well, she was more than pretty picky. She was really picky. I think I'm going to do Santa on this one. I'm going to bring it down. I think I'll do the other two. I put Wonder Unders on this already, guys. And I'm going to make sure that it's even. I think I'll do it like an inch from the bottom of B. And that's about the center. And then I think I'll do Joy. Up here. And what else do I have? Oh, let's do candy canes. Actually, I think I'll do Santa on the side. Let me do the inch again. I didn't think this out before I got here, guys, but that's okay. Grandma really liked her chickens. Trust me. She thought her chickens were the bomb.com. She... That's how I learned to do prairie point so well. Is because I took a bat to them, so they deserved it. Because they were kind of nasty. They chased me enough, that's for sure. But I was scared to death of them. Okay, that's about 3. So we're going to have to go about 3. Move it up just a titch. And like I said, you don't have to be this anal retentive. I just tend to be a little anal retentive. Lindsay is somewhat too. Like, extremely. She's worse than I am. I was bad when I was young. Then all you have to do is iron it on. And then I just took a straight stitch all the way around. Or you could do a zigzag. Or you could do a blanket stitch. Or you could do whatever. And then when you're done, it looks like this. And I always like things in groupings of 3. So thank you for watching. God bless, and make sure you remember there's a Black Friday sale, and we will see you next week.